First. Beat you to it if you were thinking that you were going to type that in. So now the first person who types in first or even second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, blah, 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 you have my full permission to call them a pancake, because that's exactly what they are. They're not paying attention to the video. They're just jumping in and leaving comments without, bothering to watch the content that's being produced. Maybe they're reading the show notes and guessing what's going on inside the video. But I know a lot of people don't even watch the video before they leave comments, which to me makes absolutely no sense. In case in point, go back and watch the video that we recorded on Are You Worried About the Gas Crisis? You may have to watch it a few times because it's only like 4 seconds long. Watch it again and turn up the volume. You're going to hear something you probably didn't hear the first time that will really frame the whole video in ways that you never would have imagined I would be able to do within 10 seconds. So the reason why I'm talking about comments right now is, number one, I love them. I love getting comments, whether they be on YouTube, Twitter, friend feed, whether it be on MySpace, Facebook, my own blog at chris.pirillo.com. Doesn't really matter. I just love comments because it lets me know you're listening, you're out there, you're paying attention. And yes, I do make comments back. Doesn't happen all that often. If I'm really compelled to take a look at something and share it with everybody else, and if I'm just blown away, then yes, I leave a comment. I tend to be more of a short and pithy commenter. If I can't sum up my thoughts within a sentence or two, usually I bring them to a larger video or a blog post of my own. Which is important because the question that I'm bringing up right now is a question that's on a few people's minds. Who owns comments? Who owns your comments? Does YouTube own your comments? Or are they just the place upon which or through which you're placing your thoughts? Do I own your comments when you leave a comment on chris.pirillo.com, my blog? Well, in my mind, no. No, I've never believed that. If you leave the comment, you own those words. That's it. To me, there's no argument. That's just the way it is. And the reason why people are having to bring this up is because for years, comments were somewhat organized. And yes, you could leave commentary about a broader issue in a variety of places. But in a forum thread, when you're responding, you stay within that particular thread on that particular forum. Well, new services are surfacing. And I think the trend really started with something called co-comments a while ago. I never signed up for it. But then along came something called Disqus, that's D-I-S-Q-U-S, which I know Bwana absolutely loves. There's also another one called Intense Debate, and these services federate commentary. So it would allow you to comment on someone's blog post, if they've embedded these services on those blog posts, and then tie that back into your identity. Rather than just being a commenter in their blog, yes, you're leaving a comment, but it's tied back to your profile, wherever your profile happens to exist. But who owns those comments? Do the services own the comments? Do the people who are creating the original content, to which you're commenting on, do they own the comments, or do you own the comments? It's a question we all have to ask ourselves. I mean, to me, it's all about the person who created that comment or that content. And a comment is a piece of content, whether it's long or it's short. It's still information that's being created. It's original information that's being shared. And it's interesting because it's now easy to get a thought across and to get it talked about with when you're in an environment that exceeds in highlighting these social points, you can extend beyond your own reach. So let me try to translate that in English. For years, the only way you could get comments is by having your own website and then hoping someone was going to stop by and leave a post in your guest book, right? Well, now you can have a profile on another website or some type of social network and exist there and interoperate there and get comments back, leave comments, and become a part of this greater social web. Well, now that greater social web is melding with your traditionally isolated spaces. So Disqus that service, or intense debate, or co-comments, or any one of these services, allow you to take your social identity and bring it back into your own space. Okay? So, let me explain something a little further to you. I've got a friend feed account, and when people, you, my friends, leave a comment on any one of the posts that I've linked to on friend feed, because it pulls in my blog feed, if you comment to that particular entry for my blog, your friend feed comments will show up in my blog thanks to a plugin. So it allows me to take the comments that you're making on that content, and instead of existing only on that website, it pulls it into my own website. It's one of the reasons why I encourage people to leave comments, because there are so many places you can leave comments on, because the content just lives out there in a million different directions it can be taken. But the easiest way to centralize this distributed comment ecosystem is going to be bringing it back into wherever that content was originally being produced, as in my own blog. If you've never heard of friendfeed.com before, you can give it a shot. I've kind of been playing with it. I'm not as enamored with the service as many people are, but it's interesting. Certainly I'm finding things that I would never have found before. And I'm not going to abandon my other services, but, you know, it's just another one of those things that's allowing me to discover more about the people that I already know, or meeting people that I didn't realize I did know, or that knew me, or that I knew them and had no other idea of how to contact them just by leaving a comment on something that they were posting somewhere else on the web. It's all about discovery. It's all about sharing information, man. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'd say send me an email, but that's kind of counterintuitive to this whole discussion here. My email address, however, is chris@pirillo.com. But leave a comment, no matter where you're leaving the comment. And, we'll see where it shows up. I think most of my comments come in through either YouTube or my blog at chris.pirillo.com. And there's a running commentary. That's kind of what a chat room is. You know what I'm saying? It's a stream of consciousness, to complement this whole stream of consciousness. This is live video feed, live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in conjunction with the geeks in the chat room at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.